Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny, and this is the final unboxing for my 3 months with Crochet Society. This is going to be a strictly unboxing video. I am refilming it because you will notice I am not wearing the same lemon top when I said I was going to be filming it. I kind of went off the rails in discussing more final review kind of information in this box, and I really don't want to spoil my final review. So I haven't had time to start the project, so I figured I would sit down and refilm it so I can be more concise in what I have to say. So first off, this is the yarn that we got this month. It's King Cole Cotton Soft. They're 100-gram balls made in Turkey. Very, very soft. I'm really quite impressed. This is definitely garment cotton, not dishcloth cotton. So I am really excited to see if this is a cotton that I like for maybe doing like cardigans and sweaters with. I have yet to find that perfect cotton for me that I enjoy working with, that is durable as far as it'll hold up and not pill, but soft that you actually kind of want to wear things. So we got that. The patterns for it this month are super cute. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I just absolutely adore the pattern booklet, and so far I have adored every single pattern I've gotten in there. Yes, I need a new manicure. Sorry, you guys. We're literally moving tomorrow. They start loading, packing and loading the truck tomorrow, so. So we got this. Look at his little hooves. How cute are they? And I love the way the mane is done. Super excited about that. I've said it before, I am not a huge cowl wearer. And but I really kind of want this cowl. But there is an alternative for Twilight there. He's the little mermicorn. And the final project this month is a little mandala doily. I have seen one person who's done all 3 projects. So we'll see how far I can take it. Yep, that's kind of what I'm becoming known for now. On top of the yarn, we did get the polyfill in the eyes for Twilight. There's another card in here that has your UK to US translations. There is an accessories pouch and a little project tracker, which this is not my preferred style of keeping up with all of my projects, but this is the kind of thing where I'd fill out the information on here and put it in a project bag. Because I keep a lot of projects long term, like my granny hexagon project. If you're a regular subscriber to my channel, you've heard me mention that repeatedly this year. My black cat Curzon is curled up directly behind you guys, and he's just fell asleep, and it's like the cutest thing on earth. So things like that, or my faux fur scrappy cowl or a scrappy shawl. Yeah, there are just a lot of projects like that that I keep long term, that I build as I go. I mean, some of them are 2, 3, 4-year projects. So this is the kind of thing I would keep in the project bag or the box with that project, not as a replacement for how I used to use Ravelry as a journal of my projects. For that, I am using this book that I got from Cheryl Boltz. And I just write my, start and stop dates and information, tracking my yarn weights. Once again, if you're a regular subscriber, you know what I'm talking about. So that's actually how I actually keep up with all of my projects. But something like this is great for keeping your information as you go in a project. There is a hook, which there it is. Okay. Like I said, I've already filmed this once and just kind of went off the rails. So we did get another hook this month. This is a 4mm. Very, very pretty. I love once again, the coordination of the entire kit, because there's the stitch marker and my really out-of-date manicure. So I actually was kind of excited about this month. I know there's some back and forth debate amongst some people, how they feel about the pricing for this box. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to try to not kick the stand here. That's one of the reasons why I do the pricing breakdown, even though I have to use some averages, or in general, these things are ... I do want to make sure that, I mean, I'm paying for these out of pocket, so I want to make sure I'm getting value. If you're familiar with my reviews at all, I can be really harsh, and I'm kind of picky, and I'll tell you upright if I don't like something or don't think that it's worth the value. I have been disgusted in the past with boxes I have received. So this one, though, when I do my final review, I'll go more into detail. I kind of hit on it last month just because it kind of really hit me as I was looking at that kit. These are not subscription boxes like Knit Crate, which is kind of the gold standard subscription box for yarn. These are not yarn focused. These are technique and pattern focused. So I really like that. I think that's a really fantastic way to introduce people to new stitches and new patterns, and the fact that you don't have to be so nervous. I mean, when you're learning how to crochet, you don't know what you don't know. And each one of these kits so far has included things from what I would consider to be very beginner friendly patterns, like the headband, to what I would consider advanced beginner to moderate intermediate in technique. There have been extras included as far as, you know, learning new stitches or learning new techniques that I really appreciate. So I really think that this box deserves my time to sit down when I'm done doing what I do with this one and finish working with box number 1. I do want to sit down and really discuss not just the value of the product, but the overall experience with you. I have not needed to do that for some of the boxes. Some of the boxes I really have needed to come back and sit down with you guys, but this is one. It may take me a little while with the move. It might not be as expedient as I would want it to be. But I really think that this box warrants a much more in-depth conversation. So anyway, that will be coming. I just need time to work with this month's kit and finish month 1. I did change my mind as to the project, so I need to frog what I did of my tapestry project and go back to the mittens. And it's just because various things. Anyway. So the value for this month, I found the yarn for both skeins of yarn together, for 2 skeins together, varying from $7.50 US to $12.30 US. There is a huge price difference, and that's not just something's on sale or something's on clearance. Each store that I found it on that ships to the US at a reasonable price or free after $75, they all had very divergent pricing. The polyfill is 50 cents, the eyes are 25 cents, the stitch marker is about $5, the hook is 15, the pouch is about 4, the tracker is about 5. It is a very large pouch, which is why I gave it about a $4 value. If you go to Target or something like that, that's kind of the sale price zone for pouches that size. I have seen them as much as $10 for the jelly pouches. I know like icings or clayers or whatever it is now. That's what a lot of those jelly pencil cases cost. So I kind of met in the middle once again with that. Same thing with the tracker. I have seen those price ranged anywhere from $3 to $5 up to $10. If it comes in a more book format where you've got a case that kind of closes over it and snaps, or Velcros or something, I've seen those costing as much as $15. So I went with the $5 price point on it because it is just a pad on a board with a pen. You can get those at the dollar store. You can get the pads for about $1, but the set on the board with the pen, $2 to $3. So I kind of met in the middle of the low end of that kind of thing. I just know what my LYSs have carried them for in the past. I figured $5 was a really good ballpark for that. It's stationary. It's not that expensive, but there are high markups on that when you go out to purchase at retail. One valid point that was made in my previous video is I have not included any pattern pricing for any of these boxes. I am continuing with that in the case of this box too. I am not saying that the patterns have zero value, standard pattern rates for a single pattern. Pippin is making a lot of noise downstairs. Sorry about that, you guys. I have no clue what he's doing down there, but he is making a racket. I am not saying that there's no value to the patterns. In the case of this kit, you not only get the written patterns that are in the magazine, which, by the way, I didn't actually show you the cover of. I'm not saying that there's no value, and there's no value. There are also video tutorials that are part of the kit. You get codes for accessing the video tutorials. But I think the expectation is when you do a subscription box, there will be a pattern for the yarn. Now I have multiple times, been overly verbose in my praise of the contents of the magazine, including the patterns. When I do my final review, I will get in more to the pattern values. I am going to have to do some research for similar size projects and what they're going for on average, which is, what I had to do with like the polymer clay hooks. I mean, in the US on Etsy, those go for about $15. So, or 15 to 25. So I try to keep things down to the lower price point because most people want to find a good deal. I mean, unless they're just in love with something and that's the only one that'll do, we tend to go for more the bargain version of things, at least our first time around. So I have kept my pricing on the lower end of value. But I did not include patterns because the expectation is there. If you're buying a kit, that there will be a pattern, or if you're buying a subscription box, there will be a pattern. It's kind of a net expectation. Just like when you order something from Amazon, you expect free 2-day shipping, not free 5-day shipping, unless you tell it otherwise. So when something comes late, the expectation is there that it'll be 2 days. So I have not included those values, and that is why, just because it is an expected thing. Now, these do not come, this is a crochet specific kit. So you are only going to expect a crochet pattern. But it's not just one pattern. It is 3 patterns minimum so far out of the 3 months. And it gives you ways to use the bulk of the yarn and your scraps too. So, I mean, there are massive advantages to the curation of the kit, but I have not added the pricing to my price list because it's the expectation it will be there. And I am, once again, and I do want to reiterate this for my non-US subscribers and viewers. I am an American. We do expect certain things automatically when you order something. There are certain expectations that are set in the community at large, and the way sales and marketing works here differently than Europe and most of the rest of the world. I mean, I live in the land of free soda refills. So please bear that in mind. If you opt to disagree with me or anything else, there are certain expectations as an American consumer that you just expect to be met. And I know that's not true around the world, but all I can do is give you an American's opinion on things. I do, once again, try to take into account international shipping, international subscribers. This is an international box. So that's why I have to specify, you know, these are the US dollar amounts and values for these things, because they are different for me. Just like I've got a friend who gets Knit Crate overseas, and she was talking about spending $35 or €35 for the box. And we were having the math out, you know, the difference. Or I've got friends who use other crafting tools that complain about the pricings in Australia, but when you run the calculator for monetary conversions, they're at the same price here. They just look cheaper because our number value's lower. So, I mean, there are a lot of things to keep in mind as we're moving along. I am a overly gregarious, selfish. I have expectations set by the U.S. market when it comes to these things. But when I do my final review, I will spend a lot more time discussing pattern value and the value of the video tutorials, because those are not cheap time-wise and material-wise to produce. Anyway, I was trying to cut this short, and I still have about the same amount of length. So at the end of the day, the value on this box, because the yarn price varies so dramatically shop to shop, the value of the total product in here is $37.25 to $42.05, which means you're getting a 17 to 27% savings in this box from the retail price. Numbers don't lie, and like I said, I estimated on the low end of things for what things are worth in the U.S. and what I have seen. I also live in a very inexpensive part of the country to live in, so I do find things fairly inexpensively and at reasonable deals. So I'd say overall, this box has a great value. I am really excited about the projects. Like I said, I'm not a cowl person, but that one is so pretty, it will have to be mine. And it will get worn. That will be, because I think the weight of the cotton is so light, it will lay very nicely on my chest and not create added bulk. I am not a petite woman, so anything that fluffs and makes lumps, bulges, and added girth is not my goal when it comes to fashion. So I am excited. I will be working on this. Now I am moving starting tomorrow. The movers are going to be here to pack stuff and start getting things on a truck. So my final review and wrap up may actually take 2 to 3 weeks. I'm not sure yet, but these will be priority items to be worked on over the next couple weeks. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, please post down below. Let me know. I will be responding to comments over the next couple days. I want to stay engaged with you guys as much as possible. If I need to, I will be using my community tab. So if you are a subscriber, check out that if I go missing for 5 days and don't get anything uploaded. If you are new to my channel, please like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff, all your standard YouTube things. And I will see you guys real soon, hopefully. Bye, guys.